Oh,
Hello,
hello.
well, welcome to the journalist chat today. And today we have a very special guest from different part of the world, and she's from Canada, and she's an amazing and who has been working for a long time and exploring the India, and also she's representing her country. Though she is still she's so young, but she's playing very vital role in her area. So today, please welcome our guest tonight. Hi, Rayan Magon.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, fine. What about you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm just a little overwhelmed. Thank you for having me here. Uh,
Yeah, and
really.
it's an huge pleasure for me and also for my audience to meet with you. And because we believe that during the times of lockdown, there's a lot of things are not locked down, like the recreation,
Yeah.
entertainment, and the creativity are not locked down. So if I ask you, like, what the present conditions of Canada? What is the
Oh,
present condition of Canada right now?
yeah. So Canada is because I'm originally from India and my
Yeah.
family is back there, and everyone's like really annoyed because they're becoming more creative. That's one thing because if you're stuck inside. But even though we should all keep staying inside, we have the liberty to maybe go for a walk here and
Mm,
there, not stay out too long, but just being able to feel that release, it does a lot.
mm, mm.
And yeah, I really like that how Canada is handling the situation. It can definitely do better, but it is going well for now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, people are still out and they're going. I mean, it's not necessary for them. A lot of people are doing it out of rebellion. So that is sort of not good, but it'll take some time for people to get on to track and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know why I'm asking especially about the Canada? Because you know that all the citizen of the even South Asian citizen, they want to get the prime minister like like Justin Trudeau and like the
Yeah.
prime minister like him. So I mean, when he is a prime minister and he is definitely playing the vital role and handling in these critical situations in the better way. So that's why I'm asking like if he's really playing vital role, if he's really able to handle
Yeah,
the
he
situations right
actually.
now, and what kind of measure he's taking. I mean, the Canadian government are taking for the citizen, especially for the migrant worker and migrants as students. Yeah.
Thank you for that question. Basically, what is happening right now is he's doing a lot, and there's one question I have. I really don't know if I can make fun of the Indian government here a little bit.
No problem, Yuka. No problem. This is a more open.
Okay, sure. So there were just memes about how Canadian government is actually paying people money and they're trying to subsidize things and give everybody money in some form or the other to compensate, and they don't have to pay rent. But instead, in India, they're asking for money. So it's a whole system, and
Be-
I
Yeah, because you have an amazing prime minister.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, we do respect. We are not criticizing anyone, but for the on behalf of the citizen and on behalf of the audience, so definitely there's a questions to ask to the different
Yeah.
political peoples. So which state you are, which part of the Canada you are right now living?
I'm in Toronto right now, and I'm studying at University of Toronto currently, but everybody's inside, so a lot has changed even for students. Just
Yeah.
everything turning online, and I came from India in the hopes that I'm gonna go to class and everything. I'm gonna fix my life and everything, and now I'm again stuck inside with my laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that before you went on from India to the Canada, and you have done a lot of work inside in India. So basically, if you share with us about the story, why you like went in Canada and which purpose, and what about the story about you?
Okay, sure. So basically, so Canada was it's not that Canada was my choice. It was that I wanted to leave India so bad that there was an incentive to just put in my energy somewhere that I can get a scholarship because I don't come from a house that is completely like rich or even I don't know, high middle
Mm,
class or whatever. So we couldn't afford the tuition if it's international. It's much higher than it is in general. So I knew that I had to get a scholarship if I had to do that. And I'm not great at maths, so the United States was sort of out of the question. Some colleges I can still apply to. So my major focus was that I'm going to be applying for these scholarships, but I need to have something in my hand that defines me and that gives me some edge and gets me the scholarship basically. And for a while I got really interested in implicit biases, which means unconscious biases. And they're everywhere basically, and we cannot get rid of them, and they're impacting everyday judgment, and you end up making discriminatory action without realizing that you're doing that, and it's pretty bad. So how do you get rid of it? So what I did was I designed a board game which reduces
Yeah,
the unconscious biases, and
yeah,
while the players are playing it, they won't even realize that it's being reduced. And
yeah.
that is uh, pretty much because you're doing it very subtly, and you're using pretty much all the same techniques that otherwise are used, but it's working because they don't
Mm,
feel defensive that I'm not a good person, I'm not a bad person, sort of thing, and
mm,
that you're actually making them better people. So I did
mm.
all that also because in general, people know that the situation in India, in terms of how there's a lot of sexism, there's a lot of misogyny, there's a lot of different kinds of problems there. So biases in general, it was a good area for me to start from, and I was really passionate about it. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you were working on this area, like game may help to rid the people of a bias that you don't know they had. So I'm basically reading one of the titles of one of the articles. So this is really interesting. So how why this idea just came out in your head? Like why you want to work on this area, and which what is the purpose, and who
Yeah.
are your stakeholder, and why you think that during this time, so this is the people need this kind of game, or how your game can change something.
Yeah. So now, did you just mentioned during this time how it can have an
Yeah.
impact? That was a really good question because it got me thinking
Mm,
how, in general, my board game is also about connectivity, because
mm.
biases occur when there's an us and them divide. When
If you share a little bit more about the game, actually how people can play this game, how people can participate in this
we're
game. Yeah.
Definitely. So, like I was mentioning, the us and them divide thing that causes us to have all sorts of biases because we prefer our own group, and there's different ways that it works. So, my game, for the most part, I needed it to be a game which involves a lot of empathy and
Mm,
you putting yourself in somebody's shoes. So, I used role playing as a theme. Role
mm,
playing being like it's basically like acting. You assign yourself a character, you become that character, and there's a lot of games that exist in that genre. So that was
okay.
one of the major elements, and the other thing is imagination, because imagination is as close as it comes to reality.
Yeah,
So since not everything in the world that is really bad can change overnight, we can at least do that in the world
yeah,
of imagination, and that actually influences our brain too much. So now since now it is basically a storytelling based role playing game, and
okay.
in this game, there's a lot of different examples, such as counter stereotyping, which means that if I'm a character, if I'm role playing one, my character, if it's female, it'll be given a lot of qualities which are seen as dominantly male and otherwise.
Yeah,
So, and there's different ways to do that, but all these things are so subtle. You're not trying to force an opinion down anybody's throat, or you're not trying to like, tell somebody that this is how you should perceive people. It's just characters, and everything is going on very
yeah,
naturally. So that
mm,
way, I'm not mentioning everything, but it probably gives a clear picture. So that
yeah,
way, it reduces their biases to a good extent, and without
yeah,
them even having a clue that it did
yeah,
impact
yeah.
the role. Because
I think this is really amazing. Like I heard a lot of times about this kind of game, but it's really huge honor to meet with you. Like in your age, like how you thinking, even in your age when people are thinking about a lot of different things, even people are psychologically going to be disorder, and people are facing a lot of problems. People are facing a stress, and I
yeah,
think during these times when people are talking about the discriminations and also the rights,
yeah,
and in the meantime they're looking for the tools to solve
yeah,
this problem, but they don't have anything
exactly.
else. But your game, I think your game can practically, if people practically practice on your game or experiment, I think people
Yeah.
will get rid of that.
Because there
Yeah,
is still a lot of classism and racism going on, and COVID is actually making it much higher
yeah,
because like homeless people, them trying to get a shelter, and rich people are like, yeah, we're all in the same boat and everything, but they
yeah,
have all the resources. Other
yeah,
people, they're struggling for food, they're struggling to pay rent, and there's a lot of classism, and black people are not getting the same kind of thing. So there's just many problems that COVID is sort of increasing,
mm,
and which is where I think that my game is again more relevant today
Yeah,
than.
yeah. So you are only the one person related to this game, or you have a team members to build up
No,
it?
I was the one to initiate the idea, but then I collaborated with the research team in Mumbai. Yeah, Mumbai and Bangalore both. The Mind of N lab. It was my project, but they sort of helped me like get through it because I
Yeah,
belong. So they like a mentor relationship sort of thing. So they
yeah.
were guiding me through the process, and I was doing it, and I was submitting for the International Science Fair and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a collaborative process, collaborative
Yeah,
project, and you collaboratively do that together with other people's.
yeah.
And if I ask you about the success and impact of your project, what is the impact of your project? You already experiment with the people's, or like this is still is research is still is going
Oh,
on?
no, I've already done the experiment. That is how I could present my research paper and my poster at the science fair. But like when we did the results, it actually we saw that there was a huge decrease. And in the t test, which basically tells you how likely it is that it was by fluke, there was a very small chance.
Yeah.
So that means that we observe a difference. It's not like completely changed like overnight, and we have a huge
No, no.
impact, but there is enough.
Habitual, because we know that habitual fact is not change overnight.
Yeah, and even then, the another other downfall of my board game is that you have to keep playing it for the result to stay and to actually be ingrained. Otherwise, the problem is that it'll be a one-time thing, and then after a few days, it'll wash away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sort of the priming process thing, and it takes a while. And yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry.
No, 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 no. It's okay. So for the audience, if I share to this story, like, so she is basically like share and produce one of the idea which really helped to the people, even when we know that, right, during the times of the COVID-19 pandemic, people are so stressed and people are psychologically feeling a lot of problems. So in the meantime, the discriminations and also other things is really increased. So we are talking about even during the time of COVID-19, kindness and also other things is not lockdown. So I think this kind of game really helped to the people to think, even to know what the quality need to be a human, not
Yeah,
to discriminate color or any other things. So people
yeah,
can, if people can communicate with each other like in general way, like, okay, me is a human being and you're a human being, and it doesn't matter the color and also the other things. So I think this is
true.
amazing. So what about your plan right now based on this game, and what do you think, like how you keep continue this work, and whom
Oh,
are patronizing this game?
so right now, my plan is to actually publish it in a way that it can actually go to HR departments and people that are trying to use it to make a difference. Because it's not just a conceptual idea. My whole point was praxis and practicality.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the process of trying to like make a brand and the company behind it that can maybe I might self publish or publish otherwise. That I have to figure out. But meanwhile, I'm going to be applying for the Elevate Prize, which is by MIT, and they give
Mm.
like a lot of funding for your company as seed
Yeah.
money, and that
Yeah.
way it'll just give me a kickstart to my
Mm.
project and launching it, because there goes money in actually printing stuff and then selling it. So I can't just go and open a nonprofit and be like I'm going in
Yeah,
launch.
yeah, yeah. I
So
mean, it is a non-profit and philanthropy work. It's a huge journey, and if even
yeah,
if you want to do any kind of a startup or social business, even to be an entrepreneur, like there's a lot of struggles, a lot of things
true.
need to do. And I think I have a few audience in my just those who are watching and those who are involved in this network. I think anyone, those who are interested to know about this game, even any of the journalists from any of the country or any of the news media, like they can communicate, you guys can communicate with Ran, because when any person doing that, even during the time when people are talking about a lot of different things, a lot of like emotional things and bad things, and in the meantime I think it might be an hope, like somebody in some initiative can help to think better and
Yeah,
can help to lead a better life. So
yeah,
if I ask you another thing, like you are living in Canada, so right now your family tends about you. I think every family tends
of
about
course,
their
yeah.
family. So how you are communicating with your families?
I'm communicating online, and there's this one thing I keep saying just because all communications have turned online that everybody's losing their perception of time, and it's
Yeah.
almost that everybody's losing connection from reality. This
Yeah.
has become whatever real is.
Yeah.
We go and eat and feed ourselves, so food is real, but people in our life, it it's just become through online
It's kind
networking.
of it's kind of virtual reality.
Yeah, and and the thing is that for people to keep staying grounded, and especially for me as someone who dissociates and has some other mental issues, and can sometimes like border into psychosis, it's not helping, especially if
Yeah.
you have no other human connection. But with my family, it's still nice to see their face because you can video call people. It's not like I have to write a letter to them and then
Yeah.
a pigeon and it'll fly to them and then I'm gonna hear
Yeah.
back later.
Yeah.
So the
So,
connectivity.
and I know in Canada there's a lot of migrant students, even from India and also the other part of the world, and also from Bangladesh. There is also migrant students
Yeah.
there. So, the government are taking any special measure for the migrant students, or what they're thinking about for the
Oh,
migrant students?
actually, this is one thing I was reading just yesterday about because I need money too. So for myself, I was just looking and I was so excited because there was one post about Trudeau considering giving all students that are like Canadian residents. It said so. Now
Hmm.
I don't know if Canadian residents just means everybody that has some sort of permanent residency or some form of it here. But I don't know. I'm still not sure about the international students saying it's under process and it's under construction, so it's not happening right away. It'll probably take maybe a week to hear back. So I really hope I get money, but
Yeah,
we
because everyone need to be survived there, even during the time of the crisis. So people need to be survived even, and we wish and also we hope that, like, so that Canadian government can take a measure and special plan for the migrant
yeah
students, those who come from the different part of the world. And I hope I have a few friends from Canada, and I think a few of the politicians. So I think the people, those who are engaging through the internet and also the network,
yeah
I think this message also they will take as a responsibility and they'll take care of that. So I know
yeah
you are, and before the live, we are basically off the record. We are talking about like what
yeah
kind of extracurricular activity, and you told me like you are a very good singer, or you know how to sing a song. So I think during the
okay.
time of this is kind of relaxations, and if you sing a song to my audience, I think that will be amazing.
I definitely can. The only thing is I'm very indecisive, so I'll have to like think what I'm singing.
If you need
Uh,
anything or any instrument, you can bring, no problem.
do you have any suggestion?
I mean, this is completely you, like any kind of flexibility, like English song or any kind of song, if you feel, which will be, you feel good. This is the pirate is you. Yeah, I think if any of the audience want to listen, any kind of a preparedness, like, so that I can share to you. So, but right now
Okay.
you are flexible. You have a freedom.
The only thing is I want to choose something that everybody will know so
Yeah.
that yeah, I'm not
No.
singing something really obscure.
No, no problem, no problem. Yeah, you can.
Then-
I think
Okay.
I think my audience will enjoy, because we feel like that during the times of lockdown, there's a lot of things are not locked down. Then we are try to make the people flexible and also try to communicate so that people feel
Yeah.
very flexible to communicate. I think this is very important and crucial time is going on around the world. So we
Yeah.
need to be beside with each other, and we need to be listen each other, and we need to be care the other people's stories,
Very true.
whatever people from any other country. So yeah, please. Yeah, some Monethin
Okay.
Halali Tohit said, why not? So Monethin Halali is like, he's a student from Bangladesh. He was in China. So I think he also joined here. Sam Diasadu Jaman want to listen.
Oh,
The people are excited and they are
okay.
journalists. So
Okay.
please,
Definitely. I mean, like, if you pump me up enough, I'll definitely do it.
no problem, no problem. Don't worry.
So, uh, can I sing "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic? It seems like it'll be something that people will know, sort of thing.
Please, no problem, no problem. So I think the audience, this is something exciting thing is going on. So please welcome our amazing and guest singer, Rayan Magon.
Hi. So, just a minute.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep laughing because then I'll do too.
No problem. Do that. Do that. This is a more casual show. Like we
Yeah.
believe like there's a lot of things like your expertise. I'm independent journalist and humanitarian worker. So sometimes when we work with our colleagues, we are very serious in mind. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to be do that.
Yeah, they have a
But
long.
when we're like, okay, at least somebody need to be friend to do say something, even enjoy something, you know.
Yeah, just
Someone say
relax.
Abdullah Mamun, you can sing from Adila of Hindi classical
I can
music.
sing something Hindi. Sure, I can sing something Hindi, but
Yeah, no problem. English is good. Like you can sing a song,
I
no
can sing
problem.
both if you want.
Yes, you can even any of the song like you can do in the Canadian language, if any kind of ethnic group or ethnic language, if you know, you can, no problem.
I only like know Hindi and I
No
mean I
problem.
know other languages, but it's hard to sing in them.
No problem. Right now you can do in English.
Okay, so I'll start. Every night in my dreams, I'll see you. What was it?
No, it's amazing. It's going on.
As I
No,
heard something. There is a like.
no. This is no. This is
Oh,
not yours. Yeah, yeah.
okay, sorry. I was so
No,
confused.
it's okay. Hmm.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you've come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that my heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Thank
Whoa, amazing, amazing. So Umar Abdullah said my favorite one, and Umar Abdullah said wow, and Al Nober Prabal said wow, and Umar Abdullah
thank
said exciting to listen. We are ready to clap. Yes, please.
thank you.
And this is really amazing. Like you know, like how we can communicate, how the emotions is coming out. You know,
Yeah,
like yeah, this is kind of a historical song, like which will never
yeah,
die. You know, all the
yeah.
people and character is gonna die, but that will never die. You know, this is
Very
still
true.
the people heard. Yeah, yeah. I think that's amazing, and you have a wonderful voice. You know, and
Thank
I think
you.
this
Do
is
you want
the
me to
clap
sing
for
something
you.
in Hindi?
Yeah, please, you can.
Real quick, I'll have to think of a song. Maybe I can sing something a little bit Punjabi that is also Hindi that I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, you can. I think if I mean if there are any audience from Punjab, please you can listen, and also our Bangladeshi audience there loves to
Okay.
the Punjabi song along with our culture. Yeah.
रतनु समझावा की ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो यूं जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावांगी ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी वे चंगा नहीं कीता वे बार वे चंगा नहीं कीता वे बार दिल मेरा तोड़ के मैं बड़ा पछताइया खा मैं बड़ा पछताइया खा नाल तेरे जोड़ के Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing, and like, we thought that she would be a normal voice, but she has an excellent bold voice. Yeah, I think this
Thank
is
you.
amazing, amazing grading to the Ryan Magon. Somebody here writing. I think,
Thank you very much.
I mean, the entertainment and the recreations we can do even in the virtual. You know, we
Yeah,
can keep communicate even though you're living and surviving from a long distance, but it
yeah,
seems so close. You know, like People are
It's
feeling inside like, and I'm amazing. Like this is someone said like Nasima said, I'm confused what she wanna say. Suja, bye, so lovely. I mean you are
thank
like, this is kind of amazing,
that's
like,
so overwhelming.
yeah. So, and I think, and I hope like the situation is gonna be okay in Canada, and I
Yeah.
think if you wanna, we are in the time to end the show. Like if you say something to my audience, and if you also share with us how you creatively passing enjoying your home content.
Oh, sure. So, the thing I want to say to everybody would be that, right, in this moment, it's very important to be kind to each other and do your best and to take care of everyone, because I know we're scared. And that fear comes from a place where we don't want to infect somebody else and we don't want to like, get sick ourselves. But at the same time, we're getting more and more disconnected physically. So anytime you get a chance to do something for somebody or just give a helping hand, that's just like a nice thing to do in this really dark time. And there's beauty in it too that we can see.
Yeah,
And uh, and you asked me what I do to spend my time. Well, I'm this might
you used to dancing.
there's that, yeah, because I do that a lot, just dancing, maybe just write my own music because if I'm bored. But otherwise, I have this problem where I collect a lot of junk, and
Yeah.
then now it's fueling my creativity, and now I'm making new things out of like really old crap that sort of smells, but then I like clean it, and then I'll
Yeah,
make
that's great.
what
Yeah, I
to
think I think I think that's great. And today we all are feel very sad and emotions because one of the live legend actor,
yeah,
even if I can say in Saudi Asia, even the world lost one of the live legend actor like Irfan Khan.
yeah,
So this is it. He was one of my favorite actor. I wish when I started my journalism career, I said okay, I it was my wish, like okay, I wanted to conduct interview with the two actors in the world, like I mean in
mm,
especially from the Bollywood, like one is Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and I hope
yeah.
he will
He's,
survive, and he's an
mm,
amazing person. And Irfan Khan, I
yeah.
feel like, oh my god, it's like I was so emotional, like even still I'm not able to imagine, like
I just
he's no
heard it like an
more,
hour ago.
he's no more. So
Yeah.
I mean, the especially the Bollywood lost one of the amazing and I mean live legend, so I think there is any other person also like the Nawazuddin Siddiqui. I mean, this kind of character, those who are doing the
Yeah.
started minor character and dominating with the characters, and
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 then
like,
they climbed up.
yeah, and I think this is something amazing. So thank you. And do you know Bangla? Do you know Bangla?
I wish that's one thing. I really like connecting with people, so knowing many languages helps. But at the
Yeah.
same time, my brain is like, you already know a little bit and you keep confusing things. So
Yeah, I can like
it's hard to even think in Hindi.
yeah, no problem. Like তুমি ভালো থেকো, বাসায় থেকো।
Am I okay? I'm fine.
You were okay,
I
stay
got
safe
it. I got
and
it.
stay home and
Thank you.
যদি সুযোগ হয়
Yeah.
যখন ইন্ডিয়াতে আসবে তখন বাংলাদেশে বেড়াতে এসো।
I
And you
will.
get opportunity, and if you will able to come back
Oh,
in India, then please welcome in Bangladesh. And the
thank
people
you.
of Bangladesh is they're very big hearted people, and
Yeah,
we love to we are very hospitable, like
definitely. You
though
are.
outside of the country people are talking about a lot of things, but inside we believe like we are like we try to all the time
Yeah.
communicate with people. So, and I think there's a lot of migrant Bangladeshi students are living there, and I
Yeah.
hope and I wish like they all are okay. And if you will
Yeah.
meet anyone, like try to keep communicate. And
Yeah.
I think definitely, and if you want to say something in your language to my audience, and maybe somebody, if
I
any
keep
of the audience
forgetting that
from
my main
Punjab,
language is Hindi. It happens all the time, especially now that I'm used to one mode of language. But uh,
if you say
sounds
something in
very-
Punjabi.
I don't speak Punjabi. I
Okay,
understand.
okay, you can say
I wish
something.
I did. That's
Okay, you
again,
can say something in the Hindi. Yeah.
yeah. uh, what was I gonna say? I forgot. सो अगर कोई इधर मुझे देख रहा है, प्लीज अपना ख्याल रखो और इन दिनों में घर पे अच्छी तरह से रहो, हाथ धो, मुंह को ना छुओ or uh, generally see English. It just slipped in.
Oh, super. And
But
I'm super, yeah.
अपना really अच्छी तरह से ख्याल रखो and keep entertaining yourself.
And then I added another line. It's kind of easy song like "Apna time aayega."
Yeah,
Apna time aayega. I mean, the situation is gonna be okay. Then our time will come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But
So Ryan Magan is really huge pleasure, and I think as a migrant students and as the initiator and as a creative person, and I think there's a lot of things you should do and a lot of things you are doing, and we all hope like you will be fine,
yeah,
and feel free to communicate with the people around the world, and I think stay you will stay safe and stay home, and I should say good night for today.
have a good night. I'm having a
No,
good
no, no,
morning.
no, no. This is a morning, dear, right?
Yeah, I'm having a good
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning for you, and this is a good night for us. And I think
yeah.
so. That's definitely we enjoy a lot with you, and I think
Thank
this is
you.
something we try to do. And we again say, please stay home and stay safe. We are. This is a time we are all in under same shadow, and because COVID-19 are not maintaining any kind of discriminations,
Yeah,
taller, smaller, even
yeah.
black, white. So I hope the audience, those who were watching us, and I hope like you enjoy our show. And please, I'll come back again with another person from the another country. And I think until you'll be alive and you'll be safe. Bye bye for tonight.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
We did have to